Hello, and welcome to the second edition of the program Me and AI on Value Chain Television. I am your regular host, Kabir Lawal. On our second episode of this program, we shall be looking at the importance of artificial intelligence in our telecommunication sector in Nigeria. And here on the program, we have somebody that will do justice to this topic. He goes by the name Dr. Awal Abdullahi, who is currently the Chief Revenue and Commercial Officer with iTech Company. So pleasure to meet you, sir.
It's my pleasure as well, Kabir. Thank you so much to have you.
And you're very much welcome to the program.
It's my pleasure. Our viewers, thank you.
So in your own understanding, can you break the word artificial intelligence down for the sake of our viewers?
Okay, thank you so much, our viewers. And I think Kabiru is right. When we talk about AI, it simply stands for artificial intelligence. Now, breaking it down to a layman understanding, it only simply means more or less like simulating what human being can do in a machine. So technically, we are saying that artificial intelligence simply refers to that activity that a human being is going to do, but this time around machine is meant to do it through a very, what I would call a computing process. So when I say a computing process, it requires a lot of algorithm. It requires a lot of activity that the computer is going to do, programming that is going to be done to make the computer to think like a human being, to make the computer to think like to do like a human being. And one thing that people need to understand, when we say computer here, anything that is machine in nature and does some activity after some series of programming, it's a computer. It does it. In other words, people call it robot. So when you hear the word artificial intelligence, it's simply that activity that human being should do or will do or can do, but the computer is meant to do it. It could be either better or faster. So these are the ways and means through which artificial intelligence are meant to be and to behave.
So I want us now to go back to today's topic. What is the importance of AI in the telecommunication sector?
Okay, so when you said in the telecommunications sector, it's a bit, you have narrowed it though. I would rather want us to look at the importance of artificial intelligence to the society, to the individual, to organization. Now, the telecommunications sector is an enabler. So take, for instance, what we have here, the likes of MTN, the likes of Glo, the likes of Nine Mobile, etc. When you recall recently, the Nigerian NCC, Communication Commission, has successfully granted the license of 5G. Now, 5G provide a high-speed internet. And with a high-speed internet, it means you can do a lot of activity around artificial intelligence, robotics, etc. So let me give you a very typical example. Recently in China, because of the advent of 5G, they have successfully made it in such a way that one of their seaport that a lot of activities of carrying container were done by human being. To tell you the truth, for a human being to in fact climb to the highest tower of a crane, it will take him a minimum of 3 hours to climb. And then to come down 3 hours. So 6 hours of, what do you call it, man labor has been lost. Now, but with the advent of 5G, which I'm so happy that Nigeria is not left behind, is among the four countries in Africa that have 5G, you will discover that you'll be able to do that. In fact, so according to their report, China's seaport, they are achieving number one, over 20,000 loading of container with artificial intelligence, as against when human beings were doing, which was just barely 4,000, 6,000. So you could see the efficiency and the productivity level. So what artificial intelligence does is that it's more or less like helping we human beings, you understand, to be more efficient. And that's why you see there's always a control tower. One person will sit down and be controlling a lot of activities. Unlike before, where you have a lot of people in the entire process chain doing one thing or the other. Another example of the benefit of artificial intelligence, when you look at car manufacturing companies, the likes of Toyota, the likes of BMW, before now, the number of their labor strength is in thousands. Reason being that at every production stage, you expect to have a human interface, a human being to be involved. But as it is now, and they barely do more than 50 cars in a day with all those thousands of human beings, interface and what have you. But with the artificial intelligence, BMW is producing over and above 300 cars in a day using the robotics and then the robots and the. It revolutionizes the manufacturing, the construction, every sector of country's economy. And that is why countries like China, countries like South Korea, countries like United States of America, countries like Canada are in the advance and in the forefront. When you look at it, even war now is not done almost like face me, I face you military might.
Yeah.
People are using drones. Drones and artificial intelligence. It will just go out there, carry all the intelligent information, bring it back on the table, and then they will now dimension how well they're going to execute their project, and then boom, they use it to launch a war. Recently, when we were talking about the war between Russia and Ukraine, so the use of Bayraktar drones were there, the use of Al-Qameza, which is the Iranian type of drones were used. So these are artificial intelligence.
Well, viewers, just in case you're joining us, you're still on the program, Me and AI, on Value Chain Television. And our guest today that has been doing justice to this topic is Dr. Awal Abdullahi, who is currently the Chief Revenue and Commercial Officer with iTech Company. Sir, one cannot actually downsize or downplay the essence of importance of the AI in our economy. Sir, but sir, it's creating a margin between humans and the artificial intelligence because people are beginning to lose their job because of this. Sir, is this part of the achievement of the artificial intelligence?
No, I don't see it that way, and neither should human beings begin to see it that way. You know, when we are talking about efficiency, we are talking about process flow, we are talking about productivity, saving cost and whatever. It does not necessarily mean that human beings are going to be obsolete, they will not have jobs to do. No. Human by their nature are the super AIs. So human beings are the ones that created even the artificial intelligence.
Exactly.
So part of life and the entire institutions of human being is that of creation and recreation of values in the society. So let me tell you, you will agree with me, before the coming of communication companies, the likes of MTN, Glo, Airtel and whatever, you will agree with me that the number of trees people embark just to go and resolve issue was alarming, right? It was alarming. People had to travel for a simple thing. Almost the entire country is rendered incommunicado. If somebody travels, you don't know whether that person has arrived. Until somebody who is coming from the same area come back to tell you, oh, I have seen so person, so it's okay. Or if the person decide to write a letter and then send it through post office, you know. Or during the almighty nightals, when the person has to go, you know, to a telephone booth or nightel headquarters, and then you have to be at the same venue, and then so the process was rigorous. But what the coming of communication has made it, which is also AI, has made it very simple. You can almost get instant information about everything. Or what happened? People are still working. People are still traveling. So, but what it means is that travel has become on need basis when it is absolutely necessary. I will agree with you when you say, okay, maybe there are some courses or there are some jobs that are no longer needed because of the reality, contemporary reality. You understand? So when we are talking about, for example, when a man has to carry a camera You understand?
Yes.
To use helicopter in order to have an aerial view of a place. You don't need that now. Drones can easily do it. But that same man, all he needed to do is to equip himself with the skill of using drones.
Yeah.
You know, and that process not only is more efficient and cost effective, it also saves lives. Because we have had a situation where camera crews, you know, on a helicopter trying to capture an aerial view, you know, have accident and all lives were lost. In this contemporary era, we're in the 21st century, you understand? And then also when you look at it, there are different generations of human beings. I know we belongs to what we call the quiet generation, what they call the quiet generation. Anybody born within the eras of 50s, 60s, 70s, you belong to the quiet generation. Things were done, you know, almost too analog. But then we're talking about the generation Gen Z and the millennials. These two generations, they have changed the way the world think. And then honestly, if you want to relate with them, you need to understand that, okay, reality has it that things are done almost on a machine. And that's why you see most of them, they prefer to go and be doing freelancing work and what have you. They don't care about working in a structured environment. And even where they do, you will discover that they don't want to be so compressed. They want agility. If you go to Japan now, a child that will start school at the age of 3 is not taught any ABCD. They will not teach him any ABCD. First of all, there's ethics. Once he finishes, the next 2 years, he will go into learning computer science, and anything related to engineering. By the time he finishes, at the age of 7, when he is starting primary school, he's already into reality. So he understands all these things. And you know, unlike we still have people who have phobia for just ordinary desktop or laptop. By the time they see it, you know, they have phobia. They don't even know.